Good morning. I like how our text describes cultural humility by first sharing the scripture from Philippians 2 3 and 4, which says, Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interest of others. I believe that is the best description of cultural humility from a Christian perspective. I believe that kind of sums up what cultural humility should look like. I also like Simmons, Lilly, and Kuhnle's definition, which states a complementary component to cultural competence associated with an attitudinal stance or a multicultural open orientation to work with diverse clients. I think that is a good definition of what cultural diversity, cultural diversity, but also cultural humility should look like. And when combined with the Christian perspective, I think that gives you a really hard stance on what cultural humility should look like. The podcast by Sydney Shaw discussed cultural humility as interpersonal and intrapersonal, which causes us to put others first and at the same time have an open and accurate view of ourselves, which I think is going to be a very important part of the the counseling aspects. When I do that, it'll help me to build a therapeutic relationship or alliance with my client. When we have that trust, it'll be easier to advocate for them if the need arises. We need to be a voice for our clients when they don't have one for themselves, or they don't have the ability. The Bible verse that I chose, I believe, fits right in with this topic. I actually have two of them, and the first one is Proverbs 31, 8 through 9, which says that we should speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the right of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. I believe that as a Christian, that scripture is very important, but maybe even as a counselor, it might be more important that we heed to that scripture about speaking up for those who don't have it. I would have loved for somebody to speak up for me when I was in situations where I needed it. And the second verse is actually more of a goal for me personally, and that's Isaiah 25:4, and it basically is saying what I would want for people to see in me eventually, and hopefully what my clients would see. I want to be a strength to those in need, a calm in their storm, and a shelter when things get more than they can handle. I want people to feel comfortable enough to talk to me and come to me about anything, no matter what it is. An action that I can take is to be culturally sensitive to my clients, and I think an important thing would be to not act like I have it all together and know everything about my clients, because I would be doing them a disservice if I did that. I would, and I think that would also indicate some stereotyping, which I never want to do. One way that I can advocate for my clients is to pay close attention to the ACA Code of Ethics. One important one, I think, is in section A7A, which says, when appropriate, counselors at individual, group, institutional, and societal levels to address the potential barriers and obstacles that inhibit access in the growth and development of clients. That's Code of Ethics, the ACA Code of Ethics 2014, paragraph 5. In order to have a voice for my clients, I need to operate with humility, and I need to be willing to be open and honest about myself. So I will also speak for them in their rights, and especially in the field that I'm interested in, school and in prison settings, they will definitely need that.